Hey everyone, I'm your Super-Palash and today I'm going to break my own record by making the longest video I have ever made. Today I'm going to break down every single detail from the brand new Spider-Man teaser, and I will also share some crazy theories. So grab your snacks, sit tight, and let's begin this madness. The trailer opens with Spider-Man sitting upside down watching a video of Ned and MJ where they are happy and celebrating their first day at MIT. Then he puts on his mask and jumps off the building. And this actually shows that Tom's Spider-Man is no longer scared of heights like he was in Homecoming in Washington. He now has a brand new suit, completely comic accurate, bright red and blue, with big mechanical web shooters. A fully self-made suit, and it looks absolutely stunning. When he jumps off the building, it reminds us of a legendary intro. Yes, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where Andrew Spider-Man also swings through New York City with his new suit. We can literally see the fabric of his suit reacting to air resistance, which makes it feel so realistic. I mean, where are all the haters now? The next shot, where we see the whole New York City through his eyes inside the mask, is just incredible. And this is actually the first time we are getting such a close-up POV shot for Spider-Man. Usually Marvel does this to Iron Man. Well, like father like son, so. But this might also symbolize how Peter feels trapped while being Spider-Man. Peak detailing, right? He then introduces himself as Peter Parker while holding a letter, which is most likely the one he wrote at the end of No Way Home for MJ, but never gave her. Pain, just pain. We also got a closer look at his new web shooters, which look way more practical and advanced than the ones he used before. Well, maybe not advanced, but it definitely looked so much amazing and again comic accurate. In the next scene, Peter says in the background that he still hasn't told Ned or MJ about their past friendship before Doctor Strange's spell, and on screen we see him sitting in what looks like a cafe where Ned walks in and with a new hairstyle and cool glasses. Bro really moved on and upgraded himself. Peter looks extremely sad and very emotional. Even in the next scene, he is just sitting quietly in his apartment next to a washing machine and cleaning his suit. We can clearly see some bruises on his face and leg, obviously from fighting street level villains. Because being Spider-Man is equal to no holidays, no sick leave, and no HR department. Then he's awarded a key to the city by a minister who, according to the rumors, might be the new mayor of New York City. And this could actually be a huge spoiler, as Spider-Man Brand New Day is set after Daredevil Born Again Season 2 and the Punisher special as well. So maybe Daredevil might have sent Kingpin to jail, which we might see in Born Again Season 2, or something might have forced Wilson Fisk to step down for a bit. Either way, politics in Marvel is messier than real life now. Then Peter says something bad was going to happen and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. And yeah, we all remember that emotional damage from No Way Home, right? Both Ned and MJ are watching him receive the award on TV as Spider-Man. This shows that Spider-Man is finally becoming a true hero. In No Way Home, he became a full-on vigilante, but now he's building a new identity and people actually love him, but only because he's Spider-Man, not because he's Peter Parker as well, his main identity. Then he jumps off another building and starts swinging, and suddenly high-tech vehicles start firing at him. In the background, he says he's not just Peter Parker, he's also Spider-Man, which again shows how trapped he feels. He still loves Ned and MJ even after 4 years, but his responsibility comes first. Then comes a crazy scene. A van crashes into Spider-Man, and guess who it is? It's Frank, aka the Punisher. Spider-Man literally goes, "Frank, what the hell? You just hit me with a van." And Frank responds by shooting him. Classic Punisher behavior. No talking, just vibes and violence. Peter blocks it with his web but still gets hit and crashes onto a tank, which most likely belongs to the Hand. And about Hand, I will talk later in this video itself. Coming back to the main topic we were discussing, fans initially thought it was Mr. Negative's group, but nope, it's the Hand, the ninja organization from the comics. Then Spider-Man uses physics. Yes, he remembers his homework and his webs as well to knock Frank out of the van without seriously hurting him, because no killing rule. He's not as brutal as Daredevil or Punisher. And when Frank almost swears, Peter just webs his mouth shut and saves the movie from becoming R-rated. Next we see a house party, probably at Ned's new place, and in the background Peter says, "Sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart." And we see MJ with another guy. Yeah, emotional damage part 2. Peter collapses shortly after, looking exhausted, sweaty and bruised, both physically and mentally drained. Then we see his apartment covered with spider webs, almost like a cocoon. This is very similar to the comics, and I will explain this in my theory later. And here's the big moment. He unlocks organic webbing, just like Tobey's Spider-Man. No web shooters needed from now. Also, for those who were saying someone else saved him while he was falling, nope. Well, we can clearly see in 1 or 2 frames of the teaser that the organic web was coming out of Peter's wrist, and there was no one. Case closed. Detective Palash wins. Then he undergoes a full body scan, and the report says enhanced human detected, with upgrades like superior strength, agility, senses and perception. Next, very important scene. Not just because Peter meets Bruce Banner, but because there's a mysterious character watching them from the corner. Looks like a girl, beige coat, reddish hair. Who it could be? Yes, Sadie Sink. Banner is now teaching quantum physics or something related with quantum at ESU, comic accurate again. And Peter asks him for help, but Banner doesn't remember his name, showing the spell still affects everyone. Peter might be opening up to Banner about his struggles, and Banner warns him that DNA mutation could be very dangerous, which we then see his spider sense becomes way too sensitive. Even a water droplet triggers it like crazy. He tests his organic webs and they are way stronger than expected. We also see him visiting Aunt May's grave, again reminding us he truly has no one left. That hits hard. Then we hear about spiders having 3 life cycles, while we see someone trapped in a facility, which probably, according to me, might be of Department of Damage Control. Some fan thinks it's Jean Grey, but I am not fully convinced, to be honest, and I can't really say who that character is because I don't know. I can't just lie for the views or likes. Then Spider-Man rescues a woman who seems mind controlled, possibly linked to a hive mind system controlling others. We again see the mysterious girl in Peter's apartment, raising even more questions. Finally, McGargan returns as Scorpion, and he looks great. He fights Spider-Man and tells him to stay out of his way. Looks like he's robbing a bank, and Spidey just interrupts him like, Sir, this is just a normal friendly neighborhood, not GTA. We then get amazing montage shots, Spider-Man fighting criminals. There's also a possible rogue Easter egg or maybe just a random girl. We also then see Boomerang and Tarantula, minor villains, probably just part of a montage. Then hand ninjas attack and suddenly Peter's eyes turn black and red. He becomes insanely powerful and breaks a sword with his own organic web. All signs point to one thing: man-spider transformation. And the last shot feels like something's missing. We have been fooled before. So I'll just say two names: Hulk and Daredevil. The teaser ends with a fun moment where Peter calls himself just a neighbor and MJ says friendly neighbor, and boom, title drop vibes. Now for the crazy theories. What if the dark city scene is actually the void and Peter is reliving traumatic moments, Tony, Aunt May, everything? That could explain his mental breakdown and evolution. Also, rumor says Yelena might also appear in the movie. So what if she's there helping him fight the hand ninjas along with Daredevil? Some small details. When Peter faints, he is wearing the same clothes as the party, meaning everything happens in one day. During the Scorpion fight, he has no web shooters, likely to be the third act of the movie. Some fans think that it could be Scorpion's poisonous tail, which might affect Peter's mind and make him so much chaotic mentally and weak physically, and that could be the reason of his evolution into man-spider. But according to comics, it's not very accurate. In comics, it's just a normal tail without any poison or venom in it. Although in Marvel's Spider-Man, which was made by Insomniac, in that game, in the first Spider-Man game, it was actually there that the scorpion's tail was poisonous, and it makes Peter see some very scary hallucinations and nightmares, which really makes his life hell because he can't differentiate between reality and what's a nightmare or hallucination. Just like he was so much confused when Mysterio was using the drones. Also, one last detail, that when he was getting scanned as Spider-Man, people are thinking that it's probably Bruce Banner who's helping Peter by scanning his body and telling him that DNA changes might be there and all blah blah blah. But I noticed one thing in the teaser. When we see the details about his new skills getting unlocked or him becoming an enhanced human now, we can clearly see there's a name on the top. It is written as Ramirez. Now I don't know who Ramirez is, but I think who might be scanning Peter, it could be that new character we see in the teaser. I'm not sure about his name, but I know that he is the head of Department of Damage Control, and it could be DODC actually, who might need some superhero for the security reasons for him to get scanned, and then they would know that he's getting enhanced and he's unlocking some new powers. Anyway, I don't want this video to become a full movie itself, so let's wrap it up. Before ending, just a quick note: I made 2 more videos which might be coming in the next 2 weeks. After that, I will be taking a short break due to my exams and assessments, but I will be back soon with even more motivation and consistency. Till then, take care of yourself and your family, and please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And one thing before I go, I am actually wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt today just for this very special video, as it's actually my first time talking about any other movie rather than Doomsday. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.